What's up, guys? We're just kind of experimenting with the live right now. You know, we don't really do live streams, but maybe we'll start. We'll see. So today we're working on this mini Z body. And we're trying to, this is going to be rough. It's our first time using liquid mask. And I do not know how well this is going to go. It's really freaking hard to see where you've cut, and this body is tiny. So it's like you can't tell where you're cutting or where you already cut. Oh no. This is going to be brutal. I can already tell. Alright, so we're going to do black first. So this whole center section needs to come out. So we got to do that. Say hey if you're watching. Let me know who's in the comments. Man, I don't know if I like this at all. This is going to take some serious getting used to. Man, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm horrible at this. That's why we're learning. So the idea with liquid mask is that you liquid mask the whole thing, and then you cut out the sections that you want to be the color, and then you cut out the next sections, peel it, and we're basically going to do a three-tone here. That's the idea anyway. We've got it marked black where all the black's going to be, silver where all the silver's going to be, and red where the red's going to be. So the idea here, what we're kind of going for, it's probably hard to tell just looking at it through the video, but this is going to be all silver here with this panel being black, silver, the panel being black. This dip's going to be silver, so all this is silver. The center section is going to be red, black, black, red, right? This center section is going to be silver. So it'll be silver, and then red, and the outside here will be red. So it's going to all be red through here, all red through here, silver here. So the front half's going to look, on the side, the front half's going to be silver, red, the black vent. And then on the top in the middle, it's going to be red, silver, the wing silver. And again, black is going to go through the middle here, or not the middle, but through the sides. These like ravines or rivers. And it'll go under the silver, and then black all the way through here, black all the way through here. If that makes sense. Who's watching? Who's watching? Say hey in the comments, guys. But that's the plan. But this cutting of the liquid mask is proving to be not easy. It's like it just slides around. I'm trying to like cut it, and it just wants to slide. So I don't know what to do here. exactly just wants to, on this edge, just slide down. Maybe our liquid mask needs to be more dry. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Again, it's hard to tell where you've cut. So that's not helpful at all. Here. Let's just get in there. Let's see. Black. All right, so we're going to cut right down through here. We're going to cut out these middle ones right now. Man, it just keeps sliding. This is horrible. Now we did three coats of this stuff, so we coated it pretty heavily, which was recommended. But I almost wonder if you really need to like airbrush it on, because painting it on definitely kind of leaves some bumps and chunks and so we're going to try to peel out. You know what? Yeah, this is all black, so we're going to peel this out. Who knows? Maybe it'll come out way better than we thought. Again, we're learning, so. Yeah, that's rough. See, I thought we cut this out, but apparently not. Maybe our blade's not sharp enough. We just need a new X-Acto blade. I don't know. What do you guys think? So that actually doesn't look horrible, right? Because that'll be black. So we're pulling off all the black masking right now. It's not going to be perfect, but we're okay with that. Again, this is our first shot at this deal. All right, let's get the other side. It's also kind of hard to do in front of the camera. So that's definitely causing issue. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that, but hey, it is what it is. So this body is for a 1/28 scale, basically a mini Z. We're slowly trying to transition away from calling everything a mini Z, and we want to call them 1/28 scales because, well, that's what they are. Not all of them are made by Kyosho, which is the mini Z brand. The car that this is going to be going on is the Reflex Racing RX-28, which is this guy here. You know what I just realized? This video is unlisted. Why isn't it public? Let's go. That should definitely help. Rough. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's rough, though. Son of a. Son of a. All right. What's up, Dirk? So we're trying to do liquid mask for the first time. I'm not very good at painting Lexan, and yeah, we're trying to liquid mask. We liquid mask this Mini Z body and 1/28 scale body. And we're trying to do a 3-tone, basically black, silver, red. And liquid mask with the X-Acto is proving to be brutal just in cutting the lines. I think I need a sharper X-Acto. I don't know. Most of my blades are broken on the tips. I need to get new blades, but all these things are busted up. Maybe just even a broken tip with a sharper blade might be. Let's try that actually, because I think this blade's actually dull. It's the sharpest tip, but I think the blade itself is dull. So it's really rough on on this small body, right? Like, and I think you really want to airbrush it on. I've seen plenty of people just do the, brush with a regular brush it on. I did 3 coats. I air dried it between each one. I used a hair dryer heat gun and coated each, or dried each coat. It still seems like it's like thick in some spots. Oh, this is definitely better. Maybe this was the answer. But then you're supposed to just kind of cut it out and peel between each layer of paint. We're just going to, it's rough on the small body, man, I'll tell you what. But like I said, we're going to start with our black. So we're cutting out all of our, cutting out all of our black. And then we'll throw a coat of black on there. Probably won't do that in this stream. But, all right, let's see. What's up, Hanger? Nice. The new crawler tracks? Yeah, those are going to be sweet, guys. If you haven't checked them out, there's a Facebook group for the Hanger and their crawler tracks. They've got a bunch of awesome 1/24 scale obstacles. They're like flat pack obstacles. So that'll be sweet. See, like stuff like this. With lack of good blade. Dude, I'm super excited to check them out. I think they'll be awesome in the videos when we do review videos. And yeah, I think people are going to love them. The community as a whole. Ooh, look at that. All right, we're going. We're going. It's going. Maybe? Uh-oh. This doesn't look very cut right here. Maybe I missed it. It's hard to tell where you cut, Dirk. That's one of the problems. Like, where you cut, it's like almost impossible to tell. Did I already cut a line there? So you need to have a method, right, as you're cutting. Kind of a pattern that you go through. Okay, so we left these 2 little spots because they're going to be silver, right? Silver, silver. This is all black. All black. That actually looks better than I thought it was going to. We'll see once it's painted. I'm sure I'm going to have rough edges because my steady hand is not so steady. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Hanger. We appreciate all the viewers and everybody that loves the channel. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary here in March at some point. So that's pretty exciting. We've got a big, exciting build coming. Right now it's getting some hooker garage treatment. So we're waiting on that. Once we get that back, we're going to do the build. It's going to probably take a week to 2 weeks to get the build video up once we get it back. Maybe 3. I don't want to pressure myself too much. But it should be pretty sweet. It's kind of a unique build. I mean, people have done it before, but you know, just like every build, this one's ours. So there definitely is some unique parts to it, though. There's some one-off parts that are freaking awesome. So we're going to be excited to share that. All right, how's this going to get cut? All right, straight down the fender. Straight through here. Whoa. And this. Like so, all the way down. All the way to the edge here. This front lip, we're going to do black the whole way. So I'm going to cut this all the way to there. And tuck it in. Sorry guys, I know this isn't the most exciting content. I just want to test the live stream thing. And yeah, I'll see what kind of response I got. See if people were kind of interested or not. And yeah. All right, where are we going from here? We want this to be all black through here. So we got to cut. Do we want that to be black? No, just to here. Oh man, tedious, I tell you. Let's see. So this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here. We'll cover all this. Cut through here. Now, one nice thing from my understanding is if you were to cut or scrape up the inside of the Lexan, once you paint it, it kind of goes away. You don't really see that. So, you know, putting the extra cut lines in there isn't really a big deal because they don't really show up once you paint it. At least that's kind of what I've experienced when I painted. All right, we're getting there. Yeah, live streaming is nice because you don't have to edit. I tell you what, man, editing takes a ton of time. We do a lot of editing. And it's kind of fun. I get some enjoyment out of editing for sure. Oh, man, just did it again. I definitely get some enjoyment out of editing. But it's like, it's the most time-consuming part of the whole thing. Like, we can do a build video and shoot, 2 hours of footage on a build video, but then editing takes like 5 hours, 4 hours. It's crazy because you got to rewatch all the footage, right? Like you have to rewatch it all as you're editing. You can watch it as you edit, but it's still getting watched to some degree. All right, here I'm gonna go ahead and slice this off here and just go right up the front here, just to get us this piece out. There we go. And swing this around. Huh. I think this is just going to take some finesse and some getting used to, but once you get used to it, I think I'm going to like this stuff. We'll see. I mean, that's going to be pretty clean looking right there, I think. Got a little bit of goop here. Let me get this out of here. Whoa, bump, bump, bump. Sorry for bumping the camera, guys. And it's hard to, that's the other thing, it's hard to do this with the camera in my face, right? Because the camera's right there. Here we go. Yeah, kids, yeah. All right. So you can see there. That's kind of what we're going out for. What's up, Hoodwiz? How you doing, dude? So we're going to run black through here. Right? So you kind of see what's going on there. All my clear is going to be black. This center part, for people just joining, this, so we'll do it from the side. We're gonna do silver. All this is gonna be silver, right? This whole nub here, the fender, is all gonna be silver, with the exception of there's a black panel here, a square panel. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Get the light on there. So it's gonna be a black panel. So all silver. Silver through here. These bars are gonna be silver. Silver through here. This little flare here is gonna be black, but then all this is gonna be red. So it's gonna be silver and red. Boom. All that's gonna be red. So all this is red. Then this is gonna be a black line. Black line. And then red here. So it's going to be like silver, red, silver, right? So red in the center. And then this is all going to be silver through the back here. All this, basically, all silver. So that'll be pretty slick, I think. Again, from the side, it's going to look silver and red. From the top, it's going to look silver on the outside here. Silver in the middle, and then red on the outside, red in the middle. Can you envision that? Can you guys kind of envision? Do you see where I'm trying to go with that? I think it should look pretty sharp. And this is our first time ever using liquid mask, so you have to bear with us and our learning curve. All right, so we got to get this little, let's see, how are we going to do this? Because this part's going to be black, all this in here. That's going to be hard to cut. Man, oh man. Have any of you guys used liquid mask at all? Let me cut all this out. Who in the chat's used liquid mask? Tell me. Can I get some thumbs ups too? Thumbs ups in the chat, as the mofo always says. Again, we're just kind of hanging out, chilling. If you guys got any questions, any comments, throw them out there. Throw them out there. Okay, so on this side, all this is going to come out too. So we're good to slice it up there. And just kind of, we're learning here. As long as we don't peel off where we want it to be not black, should be good. Ooh, look at that. All right. Okay, I'm feeling it. Like I said, I'm horrible at painting Lexan, so we decided we're tired of paying people to paint some Lexan for us. We need to kind of figure it out on our own. It is very time consuming, but there you go. See that? That little notch is going to be black in there. Right? That little tiny notch is going to be black. The front face is going to be black. A little notch on this side should be black, and then the rest is all going to be red, right? And all this pink right here. The nose right through here. That should all go red. That should be slick. Well, Hanger, I recommend you give it a try. Like I said, I think if you had an airbrush system, you go on there way more smooth, right? You can see we're kind of bumpy. I also don't think we're completely dry. Maybe we should have waited overnight, but we hair dried it with heat between each coat. The coats were pretty thin, and it feels dry, but I don't know. I figure maybe if it was completely dry, these wouldn't be so, opaque. The pink, you wouldn't see it as much. It'd be more transparent. But it seems like it's working fine. Like I said, I think a big part of it is just having a real good sharp blade. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for the likes. I know a lot of you guys are crawler guys. A lot of my viewership is crawlers, the mini crawlers. But it's funny. I don't know if you guys, if you've watched some of the other live streams that I've been on, not my live streams, but like GNRC or Jason's RC or any of those guys. I've talked about it before. Like I'm kind of a go fast guy. I'm not really a crawler. Well, I'm clearly a crawler guy, but like I really spend a lot of time on the mini Z's and the go fast stuff. I just don't film it because, well, I'm busy doing it, right? It's like harder to make content for this stuff because I'm just kind of in it. I do a build, although I do have a build on this guy coming. This is a $500 chassis. This chassis is no joke. It's a spring steel chassis. It's milled out. It's the first tub chassis ever on the market, where it's kind of, you can see how it's tubbed, right? And rounded. It's beveled. So the first tub chassis ever on the market for the 128 scale, and the roller chassis alone, without tires, is $500. But you do get two front ends and some extra set of arms. Get the bumper, but all the electronics and stuff you still got to get. So at the end of the day, once you've bought a body, you've got your wheels and tire, or your tires, your battery, ESC, speed control, or your receiver, transponder, motor. You're looking at almost, if not over, $800 for this car. So yeah, they get crazy pricey, but they are badass. This car will do 30, 35 miles an hour, 30, 35 miles an hour on a big straightaway, big track, right? On the straightaway, you can hit easily. I mean, at the bigger race we were at, this is a mod car. It runs a 5,500, 4,500, somewhere in there. Some guys run like 7,800 kV, but on the track that we were running, they were hitting between 30 and 32 miles an hour, and that's during a race on, limited length track. So you can go nuts, and they'll easily hit 30, 35 miles an hour with no traffic and a decent sized track. And if you're just trying to speed run it, yeah, who knows? You can go crazy fast. But again, you need a very flat surface. They're ran on foam. We run them on foam tracks. But yeah, like I race mini Z's. I was racing them 2 nights a week, but now I've sacrificed one of my mini Z nights to go comp crawling. So we're doing a lot more comp stuff, and there's a local, Team Hat Garage has got a little comp scene going on. I've got some of the Ben Lowe and Theron Tate and Peyton Olson. I don't know if you guys know any of those names, but those guys are on the Facebooks a lot. Theron Tate is the guy behind 3Flow 9 RC, so he's local to me, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, we're doing all the compy stuff. So I've sacrificed one of my mini Z nights for that. But yeah, I definitely just end up doing a lot more content on the crawlers. Plus, I think the content on the crawlers is a little bit more. A lot of people like to see that stuff. I think almost more than the mini Z stuff, because there's so many different ways to do builds, right? Like on the 128 on road, on any kind of racing, like actual racing stuff, it's kind of hard to do something different, right? Like the best car is the best car. You kind of run that setup. You try to maximize your tuning, but beyond that, like you're not doing like a unique build, right? Like you're not doing some crazy unique setup, because then it's not gonna run well. It's just, you're not gonna maximize the racing side of it, right? You could do for drifters. I've seen it in drifters a little bit more. You get a little bit more creativity, because in a drifter you can do a lot of the scale stuff, right? Same as crawlers, right? Drifters are like crawlers in that regard, where some people don't care about performance at all. They just want cool camber or cool flex, like the flex guys out there. They just want to be able to be up on 5 tires. They don't really care about performance as much. They want to look cool. They want to look scale, or they have, where they've got really cool accessories, but they don't care if it makes their rig 1,000 pounds or 1,000 grams, 1,000 pounds. So in the drift world, you have that, but on the on-road race world, you don't have that. Like there's no scale, right? Like you are optimizing for winning. It's like comp crawling at the top, right? Like class 3, performance over everything. The closest thing you get to any cool scale stuff is your paint job on your body, right? So that's why we're kind of doing extra on our paint job on this car, because that's kind of how you get creative, how you stand out. Because most of the cars, they may be different brands, but they're all set up very much the same. You're not going to come out with somebody with, all the cars run especially in the lower classes, right? In mod, it's a little different because there's no rules. But even in mod, like all the cars pretty much run the same tires. You all run the exact same tires, not because you have to, but because there is a best and you just run the best. So everybody runs like Mark fives. And yet, when I say everybody, I'm generalizing 90%, right? You run the Mark fives and you run 14 millimeter wide. They have the fronts are 8.5. Some people will run 11s in the front. So you run 8.5s and 14s or 11s and 14s in mod, but any lower class you're running 8.5s and 11s, like always. And that's how wide they are. They're always the same diameter. You're always kind of pretty much running the same kind of diffs, and like there's just not a lot of differences. Whereas in the crawler world, like there are so many different things you can do to customize. It's nuts. Yeah, glowing tomato. It's rough if you don't have an actual dedicated track. They're saying they don't have anywhere to run them, you know. So that is true. If you don't have a local hobby store or club, we have multiples, right? We have multiple hobby stores and a club that runs 10th scale big on-road cars. So we've got a huge track, and we put the Mini Z track on top of the 10th scale track. So we're able to do huge Mini Z tracks, and so we're really lucky here in Colorado to have a good 128th on-road scene. It's kind of in the Midwest ish, you know, Colorado, Texas, Utah, a lot of those places. We've got really good Mini Z scenes, so we're really lucky for that. But yeah, like you said, the nice thing about crawlers is that you can kind of take them anywhere, right? Like you can crawl in your backyard, you can crawl on your pool table, in your garage, wherever you want to. You can pretty much crawl there. That's looking pretty good in that how that cuts out. It's pretty neat how I don't know if you can see it, but like where we just cut it just to kind of end so we can peel it off. You can see right there that pink, like that's a sharp line, right? Like if we were to paint it, that line would be like perfect. So that's pretty sweet. Next crawler project hanger. Well, the thing I've been working on lately. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, you know what? It's upstairs. Son of a bee. The next big crawler project, like I said, I'm waiting to get some stuff back from Hooker's Garage. And it's something that we've been working on for like 6 months. It's literally been 6 months in the making. I had to source a bunch of parts. I had to get a custom chassis made. It's a one-off chassis from a well-known manufacturer, and they were super awesome to accommodate what I was trying to do. I can't say enough about them. And so we're super excited to show that off, and yeah, kind of highlight how awesome they are, because they are sweet. The amount of work that they put in for us is just incredible, and I can't say enough about it. So I'm excited to show it. I don't want to talk about too much right now. Some people know. I showed a little bit on the stream, on Jason's stream the night before last. Jason RC stream. And, uh-oh. Okay, we're good. And so I kind of gave a little hint and insight into that. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll share with you guys what I shared with them. Let me get this off here. Where are we at? We're at 7 viewers. Come on, guys. 7 viewers. It's because we didn't schedule it. Nobody knew. We just kind of did it. We're just like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna cut this body up. I'm gonna sit here, be at my desk. Let's just stream it. We can talk. We can ramble. See if anybody in the community likes to just shoot the shit. And yeah. All right. So let me grab this. Ugh. I might have to delete this stream when we're done. Look at that. Pretty sick. So you might recognize the chassis design a little bit, so you might know who it is. And it's midnight. I know, it's the middle of the night. Well, yeah, it's midnight where I am. It's 2 a.m. where some people are. So, yeah, exactly. What's up, Floating Prison RC? How are you doing, dude? Hey, the hardcore fans, they get the sneak peek. Look at that guy. Hold on. We're not done. Are you ready? Ooh. Wait. Oh, what is that? What is that? Yeah, it is. Oh man, that's a beast. So, yep, that's what's coming. That's the next crawler project. I don't know. Like I said, we're working on other stuff all the time. We're always working on stuff. So it's just a matter of when the video gets published. All right, is that good? That looks good. That looks way better than I thought it was going to. I bet I'm going to be pleasantly surprised at how sick this comes out looking. The last car I painted was super. It was like my first two-tone. Like, so I've only painted two Lexan bodies properly on the inside. I've got some crawler bodies that I painted the outside and just make it look rusted and trashed. But trying to make a clean body, I painted a Mini Z like Nash truck. So I painted that up. It was a solid color. It came out okay. I used the wrong kind of paint. I used regular like Krylon, and so you'd hit a wall and it would chip real bad. It just started chipping, but it still looks really cool. Haven't run it a ton, but if I ran it more, I'm sure it would look horrible. Just getting all chipped up. And then the second one, we went and bought some Spastics paint, some specific Lexan paint, and we did a two-tone. Man, I should go grab that stuff. It's all my stuff's upstairs. Because I'm going racing on Friday, and I was just crawling yesterday. So my crawlers that I took are upstairs, and my Mini Z stuff is upstairs. But anyway, the second one was like this Porsche body, and we did it all red with 2 silver racing stripes. So it was my first two-tone paint job, and it came out looking awesome. But for some reason, the first wall we hit, it chipped real bad, and I was using Lexan Spastics, made for Lexan, and so I have no idea why it chipped. Maybe I didn't do like a thin enough coat and let it fully dry before I put the next coat on, or I don't know. Maybe I needed more coats. Maybe I needed less coats. I'm not sure. We did wash the inside of the body out, did all that because you're supposed to, you wash the inside with like Dawn or regular hand, like dish soap. But this one, we went ahead and we scuffed it up. Actually, we got some right here. With like magic eraser, right? So you like just scuff the whole thing up with magic eraser, kind of make it porous. And by scuffing it up to making it porous, it hopefully will hold the paint better. So we scuffed the whole thing up while we put our masks on for our windows. And then we scuffed the whole thing up real good. Got it nice and kind of dull looking, right? And that told us we had plenty of little scratches in there. And then we went ahead and cleaned it with dish soap. And then this is our first time liquid masking. So we're hoping each time we do a body, it's going to get a little bit better. How do you do your weathered look? I'll show you. I got one on this body. I lied. I forgot I did this guy on the inside. So this is the most recent Lexan from the inside. I painted this guy. This is a Tinker Time body with a C10 on there, right? So we painted this guy up, and it's come out pretty good. Now, I haven't run it on anything. I haven't even fully mounted it, so I don't know if it's going to chip if we roll. I'm hoping not. Again, it's Lexan paint, so we should be good. But I also scuffed this, so we'll see. So that was like our third body, right? After I realized we got to scuff the inside. So we scuffed the inside, so hopefully that'll work better. And then this is fourth body, so scuff the inside and do liquid paint, or liquid mask. So this guy here is something we kind of weathered up. And the way we did this was we went ahead and painted the inside red. It's actually too dark. We painted it, it's basically this dark. We use this. This is like red, and then when you back it with black, it ends up kind of coming out almost brownish, depending on how many coats you put on there. So we did that here. And we basically went through, and you can kind of see it's kind of brownish red. That's on the inside, and then the outside we went ahead and just did the yellow, and then we just sand it down. So that's kind of how I got the weathered look on this guy. Kind of rusted look. So this is a magic eraser. Right, they make them in like the kind of the foam. What am I thinking? Damn it, what are they called? Sponge, like kind of like the sponge-shaped, thicker ones. And then they also make these like thin pads. So I like these because you can kind of get them down into the crevices better. right? And they're kind of abrasive a little bit, but again, from my understanding and from this, right, like it comes out still nice and shiny and clean. You don't see the scratches and the abrasion. And I've seen people even take, they'll paint a body, and when they peel their mask off, there's like overspray because they didn't tape it off very well. And they'll take their X-Acto and they'll scrape it off, and it ends up putting scrapes in the Lexan. But then once they paint it, you don't see the scrapes at all. So that's a thing. Anyway, let's keep going with this guy. I know, again, not exciting, but we have to peel out all the black. Anywhere that's going to be black. Because you want to do your darker colors first. So this windshield's going to be, not the windshield, but this windshield surround, trim, that's going to be black as well. So we're going to try to chop that out. And it's really hard on this tiny body. That's the hard part. It's because the body's small. All right, we'll start here in the middle, actually. Goes right to the edge, right? Yep. Right up to the edge there. And we got to go around the front. It's really hard when you're on these angles, right? Like where it's like a angle like that, and you're trying to cut along the ridge. Your X-Acto wants to go down one side or the other. So that part's rough for sure. Damn it, see what I mean? Like it just wants to slide down the side. It's so rough. Is anybody going to USTE? I highly doubt it. It is pretty far for most people. Maybe some of you guys are going. USTE is the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. It's kind of like Scale SEMA, right? It's like a little bit more homegrown than, I guess, like a big SEMA type show, but it's all about scale. So tons of cool scale stuff, and it's not just trucks. They have drifting, and they have obviously they have trail trucks and some crawling, and they have like vintage buggies. They have a vintage buggy track that gets set up every year for like scaled out vintage buggies, which is pretty cool. All right, see, that doesn't look quite as good as I hoped there. We're gonna have like that little notch of black. Ugh, see, that sucks. That's our lack of steady cutter hand. Not horrible though. Not horrible. Could be better. Again, it's a hard one to cut out for sure. It's got lots of weird angles on it and stuff. So like the weird angles cause your X-Acto to want to slip. I will be going to USTE, and I don't know what trucks to bring. I'm not sure what I want to bring yet. I don't want to bring too much because I'm flying. I'm actually going to be heading out there with Theron from 349 RC, so that should be fun. And then we also have somebody else we're going to be hanging out with from a bigger manufacturer, and that should be cool as well. Hopefully we get some good footage out there. All right, we want to do these little side guys here. This little tiny, we're going to do this little tiny strip in black. And I guess from the inside here, it'll be black. So let's get that done. Damn it. Keep slipping. Yeah. Whoa, blurry, blurry. Yeah, buddy. And if you don't know, Lexan bodies come with a protectant film on the outside so that you can spray it on the inside and not worry about overspray. And that's what we draw on. So that's where we mounted or labeled our colors. And some people will draw their flames on there, and then you can use the liquid mask to follow your lines and cut out your flames and peel out that. So that's why it's all drawn on the outside. Don't peel that mask off, that that protective coating, until you've done painted the whole thing. That looks good, man. Okay. Anybody have any questions, any comments, any topics you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about crawler stuff? You got questions about Mini Z? I can talk about Mini Z stuff. 1/28 scale. You guys seen the new drag car, the 1/16 low-C drag car? That thing looks pretty fun. We're tempted to pick one of those up. We just bought the AX24, so we'll see about getting maybe the low-C at some point. You know, those big channels are pretty lucky to get a lot of that stuff sent out. It makes it a lot easier to create content on the new stuff when you're getting it for free. So hopefully at some point we'll get there. But it is nice when you do buy your own stuff, you have no worries about like, well, let me talk about it truthfully, right? Not that you have to lie when they send you stuff, but it does feel kind of awkward when you're just bashing on a product and they just, they sent it to you for free. You probably won't get another product. That's the problem with that, I guess. So a lot of those bigger YouTubers just kind of, they don't really give opinions. They just cover it. They just say, here's what you're getting. But you don't get any actual opinions on the product, because if they share a negative opinion, guess you're not getting new stuff. So that's kind of rough. But when you buy your own stuff, you don't have to worry about that. You can criticize all you want. So when I do my AX24 video, I have some criticisms for that thing. I do like it. I'm not going to hate and say it's just junk, don't buy it. I think it's a very good product for some people. And it's definitely not made for others, right? It's not for the guys that are going to go build something from ground up anyway. But there's some stuff they definitely could have done better. So I'm going to give some constructive criticisms more than anything. Yeah, the full-size no preps. See, my thing, I don't know. My main issue with the Mini is it seems like it's not that much smaller. It says it's 1/16th, but when you really do the math, it's much closer to a 1/14th or even 1/13th. Kind of like the UTB, right? The UTB Capra, 118 Capra, is not 118. It's not even close. It's 1/14th. But even if you scale it up from the 1/10th, It's a 1/14th, which is fine. Again, I don't have any issues with it being a 1/14th. I just wish they'd call it that, right? Because I almost ordered one. I almost pre-ordered one, and I would have been pissed if I got it and I saw how big it was, because I don't want something that big, right? Like, I strictly focus on mini RC. That's the name of the channel. We try to stick with 1/16th and smaller. And I do have some larger scale stuff, right? I have an old school nitro that I've had for 25 years. It's an 8 scale nitro. And then I have some of the, I actually have two of the Jimneys, the FMS 1/8 or 1/6 scale Jimny, and they're about the same. They're 1/6 scale, but really they're 1/10 because a Jimny is small anyway. So it's big for a Jimny if you were to do 1/10, but when you compare it to a 1/10, it's about the same size. But I got those because they were super cheap on Amazon. I figured me and my dad can go crawl it out, or me and my son can go and just trail it. You know, my dad's getting older, so he doesn't want to do hardcore rock crawling because it's hard to walk on the rocks, but you can trail, and those are some bigger rigs, fun for trailing. What is this? Oh, caps. Those need to be black. Ugh, I don't want to cut those out. We also need to cut out these door frames. All right, let's look at this. So that's kind of the problem with the bigger stuff, and I like the small stuff. It takes up less space. Kind of can run it in more places. They're cheaper overall. I can't see the lines. That sucks. I wonder if I should draw the line on here. Let's see. Damn it, I need a pen that works. So a ballpoint doesn't work. I need like one of these that's actually not dead. These are like 20 years old, no joke. Yeah, they're dead. Get rid of those. Yeah, the Capra is not, again, it's not 1/18th, not even close. The TRX-4M is 1/18th. The Defender, I believe, is the closest to 1/18th. I think the Bronco is a 1/19th, so it's slightly smaller, but in general, they are definitely 1/18th, whereas the Capra is 1/16th. 1/14th, 1/13th. It's actually like 113.8. I did the math at one point. So, again, you can just draw on the outside here because, well, it is going to come off. It's just a protective coating. I do not have a steady hand. Again, I've got the camera in my face, so it makes it much harder, but now I can see my lines, so that's good. I do like the Capra, and I am considering maybe getting one at some point. I don't know. Again, I just don't want something that big. I wish it were smaller. I wish it were smaller. They could have called it a 1/32nd and had it be 1/18th, and I would be happier because, well, it's the size I want. But it also just kind of pisses me off that it's kind of false advertising. Like, I don't understand how they can't be sued for false advertising. You know, if a newer person orders it and buys it, and then they're like, what the heck? My buddy's got an 18 scale. This is way bigger than that. My buddy's 18 scale is tiny compared to this. And they can't run them together, or, you know, it's just a bad user experience. I guess those doors go all the way down, so we can just cut them straight into this black section. Oh no, it peeled off. See, that's what we wanted to prevent. No. Damn it. We did not want that to happen. Hopefully the paint doesn't go under there. Kind of peeled it up right here a little bit. That needs to be red, or silver actually. So if I paint it black through here, it's going to might end up being black through there a little because it lifted off. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you can't run the 18th Capra on any 18K in any 18 scale course. Like, there's no way. Definitely can't run it on a 24 scale. So if somebody's course is designed for an SCX 24, even if it's slightly oversized for like the Gladiator and stuff, like it's the there's no way the Capra's gonna fit. No way. All right, let's do our other door here. All right, move the camera again. Okay. Well, you 7 are still hanging on. You guys must be bored tonight. Just kidding. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Okay. Take care, Floating Prison. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hey. Take care, dude. Yeah, next time I try to do live stuff, I'll probably try to coordinate a little better, or at least give a little bit of a warning, and let people know. Like I said, tonight was just kind of like, let's just go. Let's just do it. If anybody wants to hang out, cool. If not, I'll talk to myself. Not a big deal. But I do appreciate everybody checking it out. Yeah, Hanger, does the TRX4 do well on your course? How big is your course? Like, is it a 4x8, or you got a lot more space than that? I think we're looking good here. All right, let's go ahead and, what else needs to be black? We're done with the black, other than these little side vents and these panels, these little black panels. Oh, in the back here, we have some black right here. I don't even know if this is actually going to stay. We might end up jumbling this out anyway. You got plenty of space, like your obstacles I guess it depends on how you built it. If you built it for like wider SCX 24s, they kind of have plus fours and stuff, then yeah, stock TRX would fit on there just fine. Most people usually build their courses for bigger anyway, so that makes sense. All right, so that's going to be black right there. It's going to be red. Guess we could take out this little tiny sliver. Try to get the black in there as well. You know what? If this is silver and that's silver, that means all this is silver. It means basically all of this is silver. Huh. I don't think that's what we want. I think we want this lip. Oh, this is actually red. Fuck. Maybe we'll leave this and then try to make this red. This bar right here, red. Rough. Because you can see right here, like this is all red, right? Unless we make this black. This is black. Maybe this should be black. And then we can make this all black. This black line in between the silver and the silver. So we'll have a silver square and the silver rear lights. These have a sticker actually, so I don't think that really matters. These actually have like a carbon fiber decal that go in there, so that won't really be silver. But these little things, yeah, we can do it as a test. Test our skills. Let's go ahead and draw this and see. If we make this all black right here, I think this should all be black, right? This should be black. I think so. That way our black follows through all the way around. All right. Edges are so rough. They're so hard to get without slipping. We also don't want to cut ourselves, right? You don't want to push too hard anyway, but yeah, let's peel this and see how we're doing. So now that can all be black. That should be good. Good, good, good. All right. Man, we've been going for 72 minutes. Yeah, I originally wanted to do that red, but I think that's the wrong choice. We want black. Okay, so now all we got to do are these panels. We have these 4 panels here. I don't know if you can see them in the shine, but there's like little service panels. They're going to be really hard to see, so let's draw them out. What's funny is something like this, we usually end up just sharpieing on the outside of the body. Like we'll just color it in black. Whenever there's black stuff, like these black sides, we usually just Sharpie them black. But we're trying to do it legit. That way if we were to someday want to paint those red or green or blue, we know we can do it. And I'm basically going to follow the outside of the boxes. I'm kind of trying to, so I don't really care about the inside because this is a thick marker. So I just try to, when I cut, I'll cut on the outside. I need to figure out music, like what kind of music can I run in the background of a live stream without worrying about it being copyright. You know what I could do? I could just run some of the copyright free stuff in the background. Let's see here. I gotta make sure I mute the live stream. Duplicate. Let's go here. We have let's see, unos momentos. Just want to get some background noise going on, just a little bit. I don't know. Oh man, I've subscribed to so many channels. Just trying to share the love back to smaller RC channels. I'm going through my subscriptions. I have a sub to a channel that has royalty free. You know what? Let me go to my history because I was just getting some music for something else. And we'll go to that channel. What is this? I didn't watch that. That must have been my kiddo. There we go. It's called Infraction. Playlists. Let's just run Optimistic. What does this sound like? Well, we got ads. Ugh. Let's see. Skip ads. Here we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Just give us a little bit of background noise. Now, unfortunately, I'm almost done, so it's a little late on the music. You're good, dude. The Hanger YouTube channel has background, then we're talking over each other? I don't know. You guys should definitely check out his YouTube channel. If you're watching this now or later, check out the Hanger's YouTube channel. He's got lots of cool stuff on there. He's got some really cool obstacles coming down the line. Yeah, this is definitely optimistic, huh? Pop, 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 pop. Some feel-good music, huh? I dig it. I dig it. So what other hobbies do you guys have? What else do you do besides RC? You guys into anything else? I know Hanger's into designing stuff. He likes to design stuff. What else, though? Oh man, get that saxophone. Just RC, huh? RC and designing RC stuff.
Reflexes, it's a feeling. From hybrids to plug-in hybrids to our first all-electric, the RZ, this is a new take on electric, one that puts your needs above all else. Experience amazing at Reflex's dealer.
What about past hobbies? Have you always been into RC? Did you used to do something else? You used to be a huge sports guy? You used to hunt? You used to go off-roading? You used to dirt bike? Street race? Play card games? Just build scale models? Or something you probably did before RC. What were some hobbies you did before RC? Foam board airplanes? That's cool. Like gliders, or like you added electric motors to them? Bam. All right, so that's all done. All that's going to be black. Everywhere it's completely clear. The front window, these side doors, this down through the middle here, or the sides. This little bit here on the sides, wrapping around the back, all black. Our panels, black. These are going to be silver. This all is going to be red. Oh, these need to be cut out. These are black. This all needs to be red. And then this will all be silver. And this middle will be red. And this back will be silver. That's cool. Hey, what's up, Troy Posty? BMX junkie, huh? Nice. Three Flow 9 RC does mountain biking, like hardcore mountain biking. Dude, blew your back out. I've had 2 back surgeries, so I feel you, dude. I used to skate when I was younger, like 18, 19, and younger. I used to skateboard a lot, and so I kind of degraded my spine through hard lands, you know. And then I also worked at UPS and FedEx as a loader, as a manager. I was actually the youngest manager in the technically I guess in the U.S., but definitely in the Midwest. The day I turned 18, they made me a manager at UPS to manage loading, and so I busted my butt loading a lot, and I think that definitely added to the back. And then I was riding a motorcycle and got hit by a truck. Well, I hit the truck, but it was his fault. He pulled out in front of me, crossing over 3 lanes of traffic. It was technically 4 because there's 2 oncoming and then 2 going the way we're going. So he crossed over all 4 lanes into the outside most lane, and I went up underneath his truck, and that was the end for my back. So I ended up having a back surgery. And then I guess like 6, no, it was longer than that. I think it was like 8 years later. 8 years later, I ended up having a second back surgery. So I understand the back pain, bro. It's the worst. That's why I'm kind of digging RC as well. All right, so we gotta get these side guys out. Let's see, let's draw them too. These are gonna be black. This will all be red right in here. This will be silver, but this will be red, and then there'll be black right there. Black louver. The reason I'm doing so many black details and like kind of red details, even though it might make it kind of busy, one of the dudes at our track has the same body, and his body's all red and solid black. So I want more like splotchy black, and then silver to help differentiate it from his car. Because when you have 2 cars that look the same on the track, it really actually can be a problem. Just you end up following his car if you guys get in close accident, or you pass, or you think you passed a wreck, and then you're watching his car when your car's in the wreck. Like, I've had that actually happen before. So you definitely want to try to differentiate your car. Come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, my knees aren't too bad, actually. Like I said, I think I absorbed most of the damage in my lower back. So the knees aren't too bad. Model rockets, huh? Yeah, I remember doing a couple model rockets when I was younger, when I was like a teenager. I remember building a pretty decent one, like a 2-stage type deal or whatever. I don't know. But it was pretty fun. Good times. The local hobby store we go to has some pretty nutso rockets, like some big ones, like real big rockets, like big fat tubes. And they're like multi-staged and all kinds of crazy shit. I use GPS to find them. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I was trying to fix this because this was not quite where I wanted it. I need a better marker for this. Again, we're learning. What's up, Bruce Stevens? Senka, how's it going? Dude, yeah, it sucks. Like, I'm not even, I mean, I'm not young. I'm 40. I just turned 42, telling my age. But I feel like I'm 60, 65 for real. It sucks. Like my 70-year-old, well, I think he's like 60, yeah, he's 68. My 68-year-old dad, just like, he's in way better shape than I am. And that's embarrassing. And he's worked hard his whole life. Like, he's a hard worker. And he used to actually do a lot of moving company stuff. And yeah, just, he's a bad dude. And his back's better than my back. Oh no, this is peeling. That sucks. I hope it stays for the paint. Hopefully this stuff kind of just still sticks. So I don't want that turning out black right there. I want that to be nice and silver. Nice, 43 Trey. Yeah, we're getting old, dude. What's up, Roger? How's it going? Nice, dude. You're here for Mini Z, huh? Yeah, dude, Mini Z has changed a ton since the old school Mini Z. Like, a ton. I mean, look at this guy. Have you seen this chassis? This is the Reflex Racing RX-28, dude. This is, I mean, it's a tub chassis. It's a steel, milled steel tub chassis. It's freaking nutso. This is a bad, bad mamma jamma. That's what we're doing this body for. I need to do more Mini Z content. I was telling people earlier, my Mini Z content lacks because I'm usually busy doing it. Like it's harder to film when I'm like actively wanting to enjoy it. The crawlers are a lot slower paced, so it's a lot easier to do the filming of like crawling. And what am I listening to? Crawler builds are also more diverse because there's more stuff going on, you know, more different options on building. What is this? All right, we're changing this. Sorry, guys. There's like, this is supposed to be optimistic music, but some of this is sounds like kid music, which I don't have a problem with. But I listen to kid music all day. I got a 2 and a 4-year-old. Yeah, let's see. Can we find calm, symphonic? Do we want some rock music? What do we want, guys? What do we want? Funk? Got some funk. Workout music? Let's do workout music. Get a little hype in here. There we go. Yeah, getting hype. Is this a Jaguar body? No, this is, I don't know what it's actually modeled after completely, but it's the Reflex Racing body, and it's an LMP3. So who makes that? Let's look it up real quick. Who makes the LMP? Riley? LMP Coupe? LMP Prototype? Is LMP the brand? I don't even know, honestly. LMP might be the manufacturer. Janetta G6 LT P3 LMP prototype. And then this is a Lingear JS prototype. I don't know, guys. I don't know who. Norma LMP. I guess there's a bunch of different manufacturers that'll make basically the same body for their prototype Le Mans class. I'm not sure. If somebody knows, tell us in the comments. Nice, Seraphin. Yeah, the first RX-28. Your 18-year-old. What does your 18-year-old listen to? Yeah, I think Christian's going to be off. Well, the problem is with the SE chassis is there's a bunch of the parts are different. Like your link lengths, even your rear pod is different. So I don't think you can get just the chassis and replace it because it has to be set up a little bit wider. And so, like I said, your rear pod is a little different. The links are different. Your servo brace is different. The center bracket's all part of the chassis, like the center front piece. And then I think the rear is different. So there's a lot of different parts. So that's rough. But, you know, if this chassis ends up being pretty popular, he might be able to produce it more at scale and be able to bring the price down and have more of a budget version of this chassis. Because the reason this chassis is so expensive, I was telling people earlier, it's a $500 car. Excuse me. It is that because it comes as a full roller and you get 2 front ends. You get the KISS front end, the simple front end, and the double A-arm front end. And you get 2 sets of A-arms. The hard and the soft A-arms. So you get a lot of stuff with it. The front ends are $110 a piece. So just by adding that second front end, you're an extra $100. So if he offers like a bare bones version, or you can buy the front end with the front end as the double A-arm or the KISS, then maybe you can get the price down a little bit better. So it's a little bit more approachable. But he had said when he was producing this chassis, and I talked to him, about it before, that it's not really a chassis he wasn't designing it for everybody. It was meant to be a chassis that's for the top of the top, the 1% out there that wants to run mod at the highest level was his intent. And just because he knew the cost was too high, like he knew coming out, he actually expected way more backlash on how expensive it was. But I think people actually at this point understand what Reflex is bringing, because their first kit was kind of pricey too, 360, and people were like, that is a little too much for one of these little guys. But now people are like, it's worth every penny compared to like a GL. By the time you buy a GL and upgrade it, you're already at that price. So getting the RX-28 it's a good deal, right? Like 360 for that car is a good deal. And then again, when I broke down in my first video about this, when he announced it, you know, you basically buy the $360 car and then you buy the other front end and you get some of the upgrade stuff like the brass here. And it's basically the same price as buying the $500 car. So it's not like he overpriced it. It's priced correctly, you know. It would just be nice to have like a bare bones version. That way people don't have to spend more than they want to and get parts they're not going to use. The nice thing is I'm going to throw the KISS front end on my other car, so it's not going to just go to waste. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, even he doubled the. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the Texas race. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have a wing on this guy. It's actually right here. I haven't cut it out yet or taped it because I'm just gonna do the whole wing. Probably silver. We'll see how it looks when it's done, and then I'll decide what color to paint the wing. But it's just gonna be a solid color wing, and it cuts out right here. So yeah, there's a wing on there for sure. And it's even got like this front spoiler thing, or no, it's for the rear. It's actually, I think it goes on here like this to kind of tuck underneath. But I don't know if I'm going to run that. Christian, the designer of the car, is like, I don't even run that, but it's there in case people do. So when we wreck one of these, I mean, it depends on what you break, right? Like, I had terrible luck with my first RX-28. I had the original A-arms, and again, I wasn't the best driver, and we run in pretty busy races, so I broke so many A-arms. But you know, a set of A-arms is like 15 or 20 bucks for a set of A-arms, so it's not crazy. I think the A-arms are a little overpriced, but they're not too bad. Like, you're not usually breaking expensive parts, right? Like, I actually, in this video, I was running the Fear Tech, and one of my motor wires popped off, one of the three motor wires, and it actually caused it to fit, you know, it goes into single phase, so it caused the motor to get super hot and fry. And within like 2 laps, like I put it down, and in the first 2 laps I ever put this car on the track, it fried the motor because one of the wires popped off the ESC here, which was my fault because I was bending the wires to try to get the battery to fit. And I should have just resoldered them, but I didn't. I was just trying to hurry, and I guess it caused it to get loose. And when I set it down on the track, I didn't realize it popped off, and it didn't even short out. It just, again, when you run a motor without one of the wires, it runs, and I believe it's called single phase, and so it's kind of fighting itself, and it just ended up like getting real hot, and then it slowed down to a stop and then wouldn't go. I'm like, what the hell? And I think the motor's dead now. So we put this guy in there temporarily. I need to get another Fear Tech 4500 because I wanted to run 4500, and I want to run the Fear Tech because I'm going to do a review on that as well. I have the Fear Tech 25 and 35 for the other 2 classes, but I want to run the 45 in this guy because I'm not the best driver yet, and so I'm definitely out of my league in mod's the fastest class, and so I need a little bit slower car. I can run this 55, but I'm going to definitely turn down my dual rate on the throttle a lot, which isn't ideal. You'd rather just run the appropriate motor, where you can max out the speed on that motor without being, you know, uncontrollable. But we're going to do that for now until I get another Fear Tech, and then I can do a proper kind of review on the Fear Tech 4500 for mod. We'll get there, though. Hey, good night, Hanger, dude. Sorry if I missed you. Sorry, I was trying to read the comments, guys. All right, so this guy, we still got to cut out these side pieces. We're going to do those in black. This part's going to be hard to cut out. I do not like this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done liquid mask, and I'm pretty new to Lexan body painting as well, so this is all kind of new to me. Seem like I'm doing okay so far. We won't know till we get paint on it, but I don't know if I did that. Made that worse or better? That looks better. No, they don't run a gyro, guys. So you run gyros in the drift cars, but on these little guys, no, you don't run gyros. They've got so much traction, and they go exactly where you point them. Like, they literally, they will go exactly where you point them. It is crazy how responsive they are. Unless you know your setup is wrong. If your setup is bad, you'll have some understeer and they'll push, or you'll traction roll if you don't have your setup right, or you have the wrong tires or something like that. They're fun though. I really need to do more content on them. So I really want that segment of RC to grow. I want more people running Mini Z's. It's hard because people don't have places to run them. But it's easier to run Mini Z than it is to run like 10th scale on road, right? Oh fuck. You can't really run 10th scale on road anywhere unless you have a huge track. So the Mini Z is kind of your only option. Oh my god, this is going to be horrible. This side's going to be sloppy. Doesn't look bad because the black behind it is nice and round, but this right here looks horrible. We'll see. Worst case, like I said, I'll just Sharpie the outside black. Whatever. It's hard to tell on camera, so sorry, but whatever. It'll look better when it'll look better than this for sure, but it just won't probably look as good as I was hoping. You do need good reflexes though. Again, they're fast. These guys will go 30, 35 miles an hour on a decent track with enough straightaway. And they're taking corners super quick. You're taking corners at 15 miles an hour that are like, again, it doesn't sound fast, but these things are small. They haul ass. All right, so I'm done cutting everything out on this, guys. So I have paint next, but I'm not going to paint right now on the live stream because we have to go to the paint room. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of done. I want something scaled down to fit on the Mini Z for this. How fun would that be? I do have a Nash truck on one of my cars. But that'd be so fun to run one of these little guys. Truck body on there. I'd love it. It'd be fun. So there's like an auto scale body. This one got wrecked. I'm going to actually use this on a crawler, funny enough. Somebody at the track totally broke the front end off on one side. So I was like, you know what? I can Dremel this down, make some more clearance, trim the back maybe, and do this. We would do a shorter wheelbase, obviously, but do like monster truck, Audi, shorten up the wheelbase just a little bit. That could be fun. Yeah, this one's an Audi. Damn it, I keep hitting the camera, sorry. No, I want it I want it more, I want it to fit that a little bit better. But yeah, shorter wheelbase would be fun with that. I got a bunch of cool mini Z bodies. You got this guy to run at some point. I don't know if I will. I ended up winning this at one of the big races. It's pretty slick. That's the Ferrari, and then we got a Mazda. This is one of our box stocks that we ran forever. I just painted it up. It's a hard body. And then got the McLaren. This one actually has a police light on there. So we got police lights. Pretty fun. But yeah. Fly sky, baby. Anyway, kids, I don't know what else to go over. If you want to talk about something specific, or you want me to show you something specific that you know from one of my videos, you can ask and we can talk about that. But as far as this guy is concerned, I think I'm pretty much donezo's until we can paint it. We're going to paint it up. Yeah, dude, the auto scale mini Z bodies are super detailed. I mean, this one's not even that detailed, but they get way detailed. It even has a tow hook on. Well, it had a tow hook on the front. What is going on with this music? Jeez, are we at the frickin' carnival? PlayStation. Yeah, they're super detailed. They're sick. We also got this body at some point. This is the Mako. It's also a Reflex body. So this is technically a pan car or LM type body. So you can't run that in like mod touring. You have to run it in mod pan. But we run them together, the two classes together, mod pan and mod touring get ran together at our shop. Anywhere local, really, just because there's not enough differentiation between the two. The only real difference is that in mod pan, you can run prototype parts, and in mod touring, it has all production parts. But it doesn't really make that big of a difference. So at our locals, we all run mixed. But this guy is for touring, so you can't run this body in like super stock if you were to run super stock. But you can run something like this because it's a on-road, or not on-road, it's a touring car. And we allow super stock to run Lexan bodies. That's a kind of a newer thing that we're doing in Colorado. Nice. Yeah, the Mako body. I'm excited to run it, dude. I don't know if I'm going to fit it to this car and just run both bodies on this car, or if I want to run it on my super stock car, because they have different mounting points. And if I run it on the super stock car, I have to put different holes in it. I could also dual drill it and have holes in the body and run it on both, but I just don't know yet. I'm excited for it, though. This body's sick looking. It's kind of McLaren-like. I don't know. I dig it, though. Eight by 8 frame. We want to talk about the 8 by 8 frame? I can't show too much, guys. It's been a secret for 6 months. Does anybody know who this is? Do you know who made this chassis? I was going to get it powder coated, but decided against it after talking to the guys that I got it from. we decided that the tolerances are just too tight, and by powder coating it, you end up kind of with a little bit of buildup, so it could end up messing up the tolerances. So I ended up deciding to not powder coat any of it, especially since it's the only one. If we powder coat it and it doesn't work, there's no fixing that, right? Like, it's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to leave it raw, but I'm going to get like the wheel nuts and all that stuff powder coated. Yeah, considered Cerakoting. Also, could just anodize it, right? Like 3Flow9, he's local to me and he does anodizing services now. So I considered talking to him and getting it anodized. But I'm not sure. I kind of like the raw. We're going to do the wheel hardware. We're going to do the wheels raw as well. And then like the hardware is going to be all powder coated a certain color. So yeah, poor Scott at Hooker's Garage is powder coating like 200 of these tiny, tiny screws. These little guys, like 200 of them. Not these ones, not the button heads, but these guys. I don't even know if they're the knurled ones. They might be the smooth ones, because there's the ones with the knurling, and then some that have the smooth tops. Oh, here we go. Here's the smooth top. Yeah, like these. I think these are what I gave him. I can't remember. But 200 of those getting powder coated, plus the links. They're all going to be powder coated the same color. The links, the servo tray. What else did we give him? I think that was it. Links, servo tray, the wheel hardware. Oh, the knuckles. We got brass knuckles for our portals. We're going to run portals on this guy. Anyway, I can't talk too much more about it, but this is going to be crazy. This is what we're going to run on it. Except I have some beauty rings that'll go on there as well, but they're going to be the see-through. Isn't that sick? I love that, dude. Freaking see-through Lexan wheels. So all the hardware will be the color that we did. Pretty sweet. We're going to run the OGRC pin comps because I think these things are badass. And then we've got some flubs. Flub RC slime bowls for all 8. Here's the slime balls. We've got the perps. Yep, hard part clears. Yep. Right here, baby. And we're going to run that all off a stock remote. Stock V1. We're probably going to use that dual wheel V1 that we did just because it'll be fun. It'll be the most insane SCX24 ever. At least that's what I'm going to bill it as, and hopefully we can go a little viral with that video. That'd be nice. So when we do that video, guys, I need your help. I need you to share it out there. Share it in all your groups. Share it on your Reddits, in your Instas, in your TikToks, and all that shit. All right, Roger. Take care, dude. Thanks for watching. I know it's getting late for everybody. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's just a hangout session, guys. We're just chilling. Yeah, Jason and Jim are going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds even more because I'm using double deadbolt fronts. And Jim's been talking about his little double deadbolt bug forever. I think it's a bug. Is that what he's doing? Yeah, he did a bug, double deadbolt bug, where it's the double fronts. Or actually, I think he did a deadbolt front, JL front on the rear. I think. We're doing double deadbolt. We're doing deadbolt fronts on everything. All 8 links, or sets of links. Well, 8 links? Yeah. There's a lot more. There's 16 links. Anyway, they're all deadbolt fronts. Shift RC servos. I've already got the servos I need. They're fully programmable Reef 179s. I have to have them programmable because I have to flip them on the rear. So they have to go the opposite direction without just like a servo switch. Because of the stock electronics that I'm using. So I had to actually not physically, but program them so they swing the opposite direction, right? They rotate the opposite. I don't think the shifts can do that. Also, it lets me set the trim, so I can actually unplug each servo, plug it into the USB on the computer, and set the trim from there. That way I don't have to worry about setting it in the electronics, so that'll be pretty sweet. box of goodies. See? These guys. This is our, if I pull this is all our electronics all wired up when we were testing. Anyway. Oh, you want to see something else dope, guys? Hold on. Let me clean up this mess right here real quick. Yeah, those 179s are not cheap. They're like 80 bucks a servo. (1/24) top fuel drag rails. Let's go. Funny, they use SCX 24 shocks on the rear of the pod for the suspension. There's a wing. It's hard to see, but where do you get one? Super secrets, bro. There's the motor. Now, you can print them out on, there's a Colts that you can print it all out. That's the only way you can really do it, though. I had a very long, heartfelt conversation with the designer, and yeah, we decided to go ahead and do a build video. So I'm going to do a build video on these guys showing it, but he's not selling them. So you have to either print it yourself or get somebody to print it for you. But yeah, it's on Colts, and it's, I think he's got it free. I think you can print it for free. If you got me on Facebook, message me on Facebook and I'll send you the link to the Colts. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till the video comes out. I haven't even started the build yet. I'm still getting parts for them. I'm going to use PN 50 motors from PN Racing. They're brushed motors, and then some cheap Amazon. Actually, I just got them today. Where'd they go? These guys. Right here. Some cheapy. Let's open them up. I think these guys are legit like $5 or $6 a piece. They're brushed ESCs, so they smell like they smell like motherboard, PCB board. Anyway, here's our battery, motor, to our receiver, and a power switch. We actually use something similar to this. I think one of these is in our little rock bouncer buggy, our RB1. We're running one of these. I don't know if they're the exact same, but they might be. There's a bunch of different people on Amazon that sell these under different names, but they all look the exact same. And if you buy one, it's like 16 bucks for one, but you can get all three for like 18 bucks. So like $6 a piece. Pretty wild. Anyway, we're going to run these. They're 20 amp, and we're going to run the PN 50 motors. So he says that running this and the PN 50 brushed with a 9-tooth pinion, you're going to get like 35 miles an hour. And they're just about the right speed for just heads up racing. He also says, you know, we can run like a brushless guy, like one of these. Run like a 7800 or 7500 kV, and he's hitting like 60, 65 miles an hour, somewhere in there. It's pretty nuts. Thanks, bud. Thanks. You don't have to keep your lips too sealed. Just don't screenshot stuff and post it all over the internets. We're trying to trying to make things fun and exciting when we show them off. Spoilers aren't horrible though, you know, sometimes spoilers build a little bit of hype. We're trying to do something cool, trying to show off different things. There's a lot of channels out there and they just focus on crawlers only, you know, and we kind of want to show a broad selection of mini RC. You know, if it's smaller than 1/16 scale, really like 1/18 and smaller, really what we like to focus on. We kind of want to show it as much as we can. It's just, it gets hard. There's so much cool stuff out there, and you know, it gets pricey. You know, even when you get stuff for free, sometimes, like, you know, you can get it. You know, as an example, hypothetically, I didn't, but hypothetically, even if I got this $500 car for free, right? Like, if Reflex gave me this car 100% for free, which they did not, but if they did, I still got to spend $50 on a motor, $80 on an ESC, $15 on a battery, $30 on a receiver, $20 on a transponder, 50 to $80 on a servo, depending on the servo. Tires are $20. You're looking at another $300 just in stuff to build this to show off the chassis in a build video. So it's like, even when stuff is given to you for free, which is nice, you know, but you have an obligation to do a video to show that product, and you still have to put your own money in. So it doesn't really matter when you get free stuff and you have to spend more money. Stuff gets pricey. So I've had to turn down people saying, hey, can you do a build video on this chassis for some of the SCX24 stuff? Because I just can't justify buying more parts just to show a build video. Now, I could tear apart other builds, I suppose, but that's just super time consuming. And I really hate tearing apart builds to do other builds, because then I've just got a ton of chassis just hanging out, right? Like, I've got extra chassis right now that I still could do some builds with that I haven't, because, well, there's just more parts to buy, and it gets pricey. It adds up quick, is all I'm saying. It adds up quick. So I wish I could show more, but it's until I get more subscribers, and this, I'm not complaining. This is not me saying, hey guys, I need more subscribers, right? Like, that's not the point. But until I can get some positive income to really help supplement some of this stuff, it's hard. You know, I just bought the AX24, and I probably normally would not have bought that if I didn't have a channel, but I felt like I need to be able to show that, right? Like, people want to see the AX24, they want to see what it does, they want to see builds, and I know there's other people doing it too, but I feel like if I don't, then I'm kind of left behind. So some of the more popular stuff I definitely want to try to show, but again, I only have so much financial bandwidth, and so until I can get bigger sponsors, I guess, or more income from the channel, we just got to go at the pace I can go at. But we're still trying to show cool stuff, right? Still trying to do it. And yeah, I like to mix it up, right? I feel like everybody does crawlers, or everybody does mini Z only, and I like to show people what else is out there. I feel like it's a good way to cross promote the hobby. You know, some people I've actually had people on my channel be like, yo, dude, I'm a crawler guy, but I see all this mini Z stuff that you've done, even though I don't do a lot, right? I see this mini Z stuff and I want to get into it. What do I need to do to start? And I love to see that, right? Like, I love to see people expand their horizons. It's like, I've only ever crawled, or I've only ever had mini Zs. Now I've checked out these crawlers. That's so sweet. I want to get into crawling. What should I do to start crawling? So like showing stuff like these dragsters, or even these guys. Like, how dope are these little guys, right? Like, I wish more people could run these. I'd love to actually race classes of these. Just there's not enough people out there that even know about them, let alone that have them. So they're cool to show off. They're fun to play with, but I'd love to be able to see more people running them. They're just so neat. And so that's why I try to show that cool, unique stuff on the channel. Sell some gold. You were watching that. I forgot you were in that stream. I could sell some gold. Maybe. I don't know. I'd rather not. That's for when the apocalypse comes, dude. I need something to trade. I'll take my little tiny gold chest, and I'll be like, bro, can I please have some of that bunny rabbit right there? And I'll trade him this little piece of gold right there, and he'll give me his bunny rabbit fillet sandwich. And then I'll be like, okay, here, you can have this and that. I want 12 rounds of 9mm, and then I'll go like this, and I'll be like, okay, and then this will give me 10 gallons of water. Gotta keep the gold for the apocalypse, dude. Maybe I'll sell the silver, right? We can get rid of the silver. This isn't even that much of so. This is like 25 bucks, I think. Actually, this is more than that. This is probably 50 bucks. Let's see. How many OZs are we at? We're turning into the gold and silver show. The shop, gold and silver. Ooh, 78 grams. So almost 3 ounces. So yeah, we're looking at like, what's silver at right now? 25 an ounce? Probably less. So not that much. If this were gold, man, that'd be like 3,000. That'd be like, yeah, $3,000 or $4,000 if that were gold. I need silver for when the werewolves attack. Exactly. We'll be replacing all these with some silver tips. Yeah, the bikes are 112s. They call them 112s. They're fun though, dude. They're hard to drive, but they are fun. Let's see something kind of cool. We got some actual natural nuggets. Look at these. These are natural nuggets. So these are like 22 karat because anything natural is never going to be 24 karat. You have to melt it down and get the impurities out. But these are like 22 karat. They're pretty cool. Kind of fun. These ones, I believe, were found in Alaska. This is Alaskan. And we got some more here. Let's see. This little guy is like a mixed bag of flake and nuggets. There's actually some good pickers in there. They call them pickers because that's what you pick out of the pan when you pan them out. I think some of these are from up north, not Alaska, but I think these are like Washington and then also Colorado. They're like a mix. Not that it really matters. But yeah, it's just kind of neat to see, like, there's not a lot of people out there that you have seen real raw gold in its natural form. So I thought it'd be cool to pick some up, have some natural nuggets that aren't refined. You know, people see gold in jewelry, and even then they rarely see like 24 karat because you don't do 24 karat gold jewelry usually. It's too soft. But like actual gold nuggets, who's seen that? Like, it's pretty rare, so it's kind of fun to have that. Show it off a little bit, show people what actual gold looks like. And I honestly can't remember where these are from. You can see actually there's still rock in there, right? There's like crystals in the gold. Let me see if you can see it right there. See that nugget? It's got like a kind of almost looks like salt on it. And this one, I don't think I know. I have them marked in a spreadsheet somewhere on where they all came from. But I think this one might be unknown. I don't remember. One of the vials of raw rocks, raw metal, raw gold is an unknown vial. I think that was it. Anyway, this is not the gold and silver show. This is the mini RC show. Yeah, these little guys are beasts. They haul butt. Must have peeled out on something. It kind of tore up my tire a little bit right there. Yeah, they're fun. They're just hard to control for sure. They don't have gyros in them either. Kyosho makes some even smaller ones, and they have a gyro that actually you can practically just stand it up without it moving. It'll stand itself up because of the gyro inside. I kind of wish these had that. You'd be able to drive them a lot slower. They'd be a lot more controllable. But these, you got to actually use centrifugal force to keep them up, and then they counter steer just like a real motorcycle. So it makes them hard. Oh, get a gold C3PO? Yeah. A solid gold C3PO would be probably like $8,000 to $10,000 worth of gold. Maybe a little less. Maybe 6 to 8. But yeah, it's probably at least it's got to be at least 3 to 4 ounces at least. And then just showing off more minis. This is an Orlando Hunter. Oh, it's dusty. I need to take her out. I have a Jeep I need to build. But yeah, this is a little charge cable. They're fun. They have decent articulation. Again, it's not really meant to be a hardcore crawler. They do make a hardcore crawler buggy though, like a tube chassis buggy, 124th or 132nd, 136th. Depends on what you're doing, but no, these are like 132nd to 136, depending on what vehicle it is. 134 on average. Get the Jeep. Let's see here. Here's the Jeep. Here's the instruction manual for it. Here's the little motors they use. Look at these little guys. They're actually from trains. That's where they first came from. I don't know why I have like multiple motors, multiple servos. We have multiple ESCs. I don't even know why. Where's the body? There it is. It's hiding. I have to do a build video on this someday. I've had this for like 6 months. Never worked on it. Look how small that guy is though, compared to an SCX. Look at this. It's so cute. It's so small. I hear there. I didn't build this one. I actually bought it already built from a buddy here. We traded for it actually. I traded a 176 scale RC car, fully proportional, pseudo hobby grade. It's considered hobby grade, but it is hard to work on. But I traded him one of those for this, and then you got this guy. There you go. This one's considered 135th. He used that motor in a winch. Yeah. Yeah, and that short course truck, I definitely want to pick up one of those. Which again, if I buy one, it's just going to sit there for now. So I'm not buying it until I'm ready to build it. Look at the little wheels and tires. They're so cute. Ugh. See, so this even has a light kit and a sound kit. So when you give it throttle, it's gonna like vroom, vroom, vroom. There's the light kit. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so hard to put together. Now I'm not gonna be able to get the box closed. Damn it. All right. Got my manual. What else, guys? We got the Kyosho buggy. It's pretty fun. Now, dude, the Orlando stuff is pretty high quality, and there's some aftermarket parts that are really high quality. I actually made a post in one of the SCX groups about some shocks that they offer. They have little bearings along the top of the shock shaft to help dampen it when you have oil in the shock. It's like just to give you kind of channels to have the oil flow through in the bearings at the top of the shock head. And they're tiny Orlando shocks. They're like that big. I'm like, why can't we do this in SCX 24 world? Why can't there be some good shocks that are like dampened and oil filled? That have that sort of thing in them there, like, but they can do it in the Orlando stuff. Yeah, it's nuts. They're pretty quality. Yeah, I wish I would have gotten the brushless. I got this guy used, so it wasn't too bad. I think I got it for like $100 even, which is a pretty killer deal. They're all-wheel drive, but it's fun. It's just you can't really run it outside. You really need like a carpet track with some jumps and stuff. Again, I'd run the shit out of it if we had local guys that ran them, but there's just not enough people that run them, right? Like everybody has limited time, limited money, so it's hard to get a class going. Anybody remember this old guy? This old Lucy. This guy's fun. The short course truck. It's a pretty fun little truck. Look at the steering links. They're like clear plastic Lexan. But this is full hobby grade. You can upgrade this with a badass brushless and they haul butt. It's got nice dampened shocks. I mean, this guy's badass. I got 2 of these from a local guy. But it basically took both of them to build one good one because they were just destroyed. Come on, get these pins off here. This guy's fun though. It's all-wheel drive as well. Oh, you stood on it. Oh no. This guy's got a little brushless in it. I just use SCX battery on top. Yeah, I had to fully rebuild it because it was basically 2 broken trucks. And they had like the main gears all stripped out, and one of the discs was stripped out, and one had broken A-arms, and one of the chassis was all chopped up for some reason. So I just took the best parts from both and kind of made one good one. But yeah, it's kind of a classic. Again, another thing that I would love to run a class of and just bash them around, but nobody runs them. Nobody's got them. These guys are getting hard to find too, so they're definitely not easy to find. But I'd love to see like a reissue of this kind of stuff, or the Orlando short course truck is actually about the size of this Mini Z. It's actually a little bit bigger than the Mini Z, so it's probably very close to the short course truck actually. Just not quite as wide, right? Like it just won't be as wide, be a little bit more narrow. But I would love to run the Orlando short course truck on a Mini Z track with some jumps. Like that would be such a blast to me. And you can run all Mini Z parts, right? Like you can run the Mini Z motor, one of these guys, and run that thing brushless. You can run the Mini Z ESCs and receivers and all the stuff you use to build one of these Mini Zs. You could run in the short course truck, and dude, that would be such a fun thing to do. Yeah, Bruce, SCX 24s are small, but they're not the smallest. Like I said, these little Orlandos, they have all the same moving parts, all the same stuff as a SCX 24, just way smaller. I mean, it's got full transmission and the diffs and everything. These are actually ring and pinion. These aren't worm gears. Are these worm gears? No, these aren't worm gears. They're ring and pinion. So if they can do ring and pinion here, right? Like, and I think this the Orlando short course truck is also ring and pinion. It's got to be, right? Like, it's rear wheel drive only though. But these are all wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. So yeah, dude, there's tons of cool mini RC out there. Tons of them. Yeah, these things are a blast, dude. Blast, blast, blast. Actually, you know what? Oh, that's too big. Too big, too big. Yeah, the Orlandos, they can. I mean, again, it's I don't know how you build it, but yeah, it's a hard body. It's not metal. The guy that painted it did a real good job painting it. But it looks like a die cast, but it's not. It's plastic. But yeah, they do a good job with the scale. They give you all the stuff, and they got all the full light kits and everything. The Orlandos are super scaled out, and like that trophy truck, bro, the tube work on the chassis is just insane. I'm gonna put some of this back real quick. Got this WL Toys Audi. It's all carboned out. Carbon and aluminum. This thing was a nightmare. It's trying to make it perform good as a rear wheel drive. I removed all the front diff, front drive shafts. Got rid of basically all the front drive. Did only rear wheel drive. Tried to make it handle good, and it's just rough. You need better electronics, I think. The electronics, the remote is horrible. Had to upgrade the servo, did a bunch of work to it, and it still drove like crapola. But it uses a Mini Z body, so that's cool. Using Mini Z wheels, that's cool. I'm actually using a Mini Z brushed motor. How many of what do I have? How many Mini Zs, these cars? So the Mini Z128 scales, let me think. I've got a Reflex, which is this same company. I've got this one. I've got an Atomic all-wheel drive, a GL all-wheel drive, a GL F1 car. The F1 car is dope. I have 3 box stocks. One is a regular 98 millimeter, which is this. One is one of these longer ones. This isn't longer, but it looks longer like that. And then one is a go-kart. It looks like a little mini go-kart. It's pretty sweet. And then, what else do I have? Oh, I've got the Nex. I've got a Nex Spectre and then a Nex Bison. So I've got like 10 plus some parts, probably enough parts to build 1 or 2 more. So 10 or 11, somewhere in there. No, I race these every week. These, I have people around that race. The on-road Mini Zs, we race. I could race probably, if I wanted to drive an hour away, I could race 3 to 4 nights a week. But I only race 1 to 2 nights a week. I race every Friday at Littleton, about 40 minutes away from me, 30 to 40 minutes depending on traffic. And then another place that's about 15 minutes away. But they're more hardcore racers there, so we don't get as many people turn out. I usually race there on Tuesdays, but now I'm doing crawlers instead. So I was racing 2 nights a week, every week, with these little guys, and now I'm racing just 1, and then 1 night's for crawlers. Alrighty, dude. Take care, Mr. Posty. I need to get to bed too. It's getting way late. It's almost 2. It's getting at 2 here. Some of you guys it's way, way late for you guys. So I guess we'll wrap it up. Did you guys, should we do more live streams? I don't know. Live streams do take some time, but sometimes I'm working on stuff and I'm not filming. Sometimes I guess that's a good time to do a live stream. But I do try to film most stuff that I work on. So, but I guess when I'm just piddling around and doing stuff like this, I can live stream that and just hang out and talk. Alrighty, guys, have a good night. Take care. Bye, Bruce. Thanks for watching, everybody. Anybody else watching the stream, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.